Hear me clearly. America is not a racist country.
We need to address, well, first of all, no, I don't think America is a racist country.
So before we get started, I just want to put this out there. The black man that I'm going to allow you to hear his voice during the phone conversation with a real true American. This is what was put right directly on his fence. Right. And I had to block out the words because of course, YouTube and, different stuff of that nature. But basically it says get rid of all black people for, a better use of words, right? That's what it basically states. And you can only imagine who were the individuals that, pretty much wrote those types of things, right? Now, of course, you're going to have some people try to state, but how do we really know it was somebody else? How do we know that they didn't do it themselves, just trying to get something for free or just trying to stir the pot in this country where we're already divided? This is just going to further divide us, and we don't need division out here. We need to come together and be as one to fight the true enemy out here and all this other. This is what I'm saying, right? To all of those individuals that like to state all of that nonsense, if you really wanted to quote unquote fight the real enemy, you would have been right fighting yourselves a long time ago. But that's not what you want to sit up here and do, right? You want to sit up there and quote unquote put right the melanated, the carbonated individuals, the one that the sun loves. You want to put them first on the forefront, right? Because we got the aggression, we got the anger, and all the other good stuff, right? We're the ones that can bring a spotlight to a lot of things as well. But you want us out there for the lambs to slaughter, and then you're going to come in like the cavalry to basically pick up the pieces. And then once there's very much only so few of us left, like what you did with the Native Americans, you're going to come through and say that look at what you guys did, and look at how you guys sacrificed, and you're going to tell your great grandkids and how you fought for this and fought for that, and how it was da 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 da, and you were going through this and all of this. That's what it's going to be, because that's what you always do, right? That's the same story time and time again. And then when things like this show up, magically you guys want to talk about how we're all equal, we're all God's children, God loves us all, you don't see color, you don't see race, it's the left that sat up there and created this and such and such and such and such and such, right? When in general it was a group of people that created this type of logic and ideology, right? Because when you go back and you start looking through the dictionary, black people aren't the ones, right? I'm sorry, indigenous people aren't the ones that wrote any of the language within the dictionary. We didn't have control over that. We didn't have control of the publication. We didn't have control of whoever was contributing or writing to the definitions that are defined in said book. That was y'all. So like I said before, if there is anything that is going to be fought for, if there is anything that is going to be corrected, it's going to be by y'all, your hands, because you're the ones that quote unquote have the power over this, because you've allowed it for so long. But now once people are starting to wake up and basically see that y'all the ones that's been orchestrating and doing this for the longest time, now you want to be like, no, it wasn't us. It's actually was somebody else. They just disguised it as us, but we've really been trying to work with you guys for the longest. Like I said, we don't got time for the BS. Don't got time for the BS. But what I will do, because I'm pretty sure that I've been going off on a tangent at this moment in time. This is the one great part that took place with this, right? This is what he stated. Wow, the at Home Depot came and replaced my parents' whole fence after what happened this morning. Not all heroes wear capes. So this is basically what transpired, that you had Home Depot come through and they saw what it is that happened. They were like, you know what? We got you. We don't agree with any of the nonsense that took place. We don't stand for it. So as an organization, we're going to sit up there and put our best foot forward, and we're going to show you where it is that we stand. We're not going to allow you to deal with this by yourself. We're going to deal with this with you together. Now, of course, this is very good publicity for Home Depot. This is a, very excellent money situation for Home Depot. But like I said before, at the end of the day, it is in a sense, a symbiotic relationship, right? A wrong was done, right, to somebody who, this should not have happened at all. and you had a corporation come out and be like, you know what, we got this. Of course, we're going to be able to profit from it because it's good publicity. But at the end of the day, a good thing was done. Nobody else is willing to sit up there and do it, but we were the first ones to step up, and we were the ones to sit up there and do it. So like I said before, Home Depot should benefit from this free publicity, from this, because they did something that no other organization decided they wanted to step foot and do, right? Any other organization out here could have paid a company to come through and replace this fence. No other organization decided to, step up. So it is what it is at the end of the day. But, I will sit up there and say this. At no point in time should any of you clowns out there try to come through and say, but you like to say, all of this about Caucasians, and you want to sit up there and group all of us up, but look at this, look who showed up to sit up there and right this wrong. That's great, but let's see who was the main person who wrote this on the fence. Like, that's the craziest thing. It's like you create, in a sense, let's say laws and rules and regulations, right, that are used to lock up black people, right? And you've been able to benefit from this for the longest time, and then you want to sit up there and then look at black people and start pointing fingers at yourselves and be like, see, look what we did, look what we did. We sat up there and took the laws off the books, and we arrest the people that are still trying to enforce or use the laws that are no longer on the books. Look at us, we did a good thing. These are things that you should have initially been doing. You're not going to sit up there and get a pat on the back. And I'm not going to allow you to sit up there and try to use this example to body block from the issues that are still there, just because, like I said, there's a small percentage of individuals out there that know right from wrong. The rest of y'all, I don't know what to tell you. Like I said, I guess we're going to have to try to deal with that on a case-by-case basis. But that would take from here up until the end of time. So, a generalization is going to be the best thing that I can use at this moment in time, up until people step to the front and show otherwise. Then we can start putting them to the side, with the rest, and then leave the mass majority exactly where they are. This video has been brought to you by racism. Racism is accepted wherever true Americans are.
Perfect.
Inappropriate jokes sometimes just lighten the mood. This one obviously did not do that.
Greg.
Which I apologize for.
Greg, listen to me. Greg, listen to me. Greg, shut up. Greg, shut up, because now it's my turn to talk. I listened to you spit your rhetoric out of nonsense out for the last 9 minutes of trying to explain yourself. I'm going to tell you this, and you need to pass this along to all your... I'm not going to call your friends racist, because I don't know if your friends are racist. I don't know you to be racist for a fact.
I can promise you they're not.
You're hearing it from a black man that what you did was completely distasteful. Whatever comes behind it, you earned it 110%. You're going to become Facebook famous and social media famous because of your ignorant, distasteful comments in regards to a tragedy that happened in the city of Buffalo. And for somehow you to be part of the Buffalo Bills Mafia and put on that page of Bills Mafia this and Bills Mafia that, for you to make a joke of any type of insensitivity to the situation where people are burying their loved ones and planning funerals because they went to a grocery store, and somehow you find the time to sit there and say, clean up on aisle 2, 3, 8, 7, 8. You found that funny? You seen that meme and thought it was funny? Those are the thought? And this needs to go to all of people that don't share my skin color. Why do I think situations like this is funny? Then you hide behind a keyboard and make sense to folks. And now, no, hold on, Greg. I'm not done, Greg. If your wife get blamed on the internet the way it is, and they put all your information on the internet, you wouldn't be sorry. You wouldn't feel bad. But now you feel bad because all your information is spread all over the internet.
But if I'm, again, at any point in time, I'll be back in Buffalo. I'll be back in town next week. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you would like to sit down and have a drink, I'll have a drink with you.
Greg, listen to me. Greg, listen to me, Greg, and I want you to hear me loud and clear, Greg. If me and you were in the same vicinity, I'm liable to smack the out of you. Like listen to me. I will be a backhand. I will disrespectfully slap the.
So this is my question here to a lot of true Americans, right? So when 9/11 happened, were you guys making any type of jokes? Were you making any type of memes? Were you laughing at the families and how everything basically fell down? Were you making jokes about anybody that might have been in the planes or anybody that might have lost their life by any type of the debris? Or maybe the inhalation of chemicals, right, that went into the lungs, right? Were you making any type of memes about the firefighters and the police officers and the EMS workers that later passed due to cancer, right? Were you laughing at any of that? I'm just wondering, were there any memes about that? Because last time I checked, I didn't see that. I didn't see that at all. What about any memes about the wars? World War One, World War Two. What about maybe dealing with the Gulf or maybe the Vietnam or a variety of other things, right? Battles, wars, whatever it is. Were y'all really making memes about those? Were y'all really trying to make light of those situations? No, you weren't. No, you weren't. And I can for sure sit up there and state that if anybody was to go up to a survivor of 9/11 or to a family member who ended up passing due to the fact of 9/11, and you were to try to make light of the situation or a joke, the outcome would be vastly different. There would be no talking, there would be no words. But I forgot. I have to remind myself what happened here happened to the greater majority of black people, and it happened in the black community. So because those making the jokes or making light of the situation, they're not of those people or of that community, or that's not their family and their friends, they're going to laugh and ha ha, he, kiki. They're going to do all of that online, right? But let's say any of the other incidences, right, that have taken place, such as at movie theaters or malls or police stations, or maybe any of the three that took place in California, right, or Las Vegas, right, or maybe at the club in Florida, right, or in one of the many of the other states, right? Whenever those incidences take place, I don't hear y'all laughing. I see y'all directly online saying, "Oh, I pray for the families. I pray for the individuals involved. Let's pray for any of the emergency workers that are coming to the scene and wish that they come back and yada yada yada." Magically, y'all are sympathetic. Magically, y'all believe in Jesus at that moment in time. Magically, God exists. But when it deals with the black community and what took place in Buffalo, God doesn't exist, right? Magically, it's time to kiki and laugh and point fingers like, ah, look what happened to y'all, ah, right? So, like I said before, and this is when I bring back the whole fact of karma, right? To a lot of those individuals out there that want to take the opportunity to laugh at black people because one of your own people came through to the black community and decided that he wanted to take as many lives as possible, right? If he wasn't stopped at that moment in time, just remember that the universe is listening, that the universe is absorbing all of this energy. So when anything happens to take place in the future, just remember your presence in the energy that you gave dealing with this situation, dealing with this moment. So when anything happens to take place, don't expect any type of sympathy or empathy from black people. Expect the same energy that you gave to be given directly back by a multitude of people out there, because you decided that you wanted to get online and laugh and not be empathetic or sympathetic as a human being to a tragic situation that happened in somebody else's community. And yet y'all sit back and y'all wonder why it is that you guys are suffering through such crises, right, in your own communities that was created by your own pharmaceutical companies that you allowed, and you want everybody else to come out to bat for what you are going through in your community, when you've sat back on the sidelines for oh so long and allow the exact same things that's happening to you, you've allowed that to transpire and happen in other communities, and more specifically so in Black communities, and you wonder why it is that you're going through and suffering the things that you're suffering. Like I said, sooner or later people are going to learn to understand.